The 5-time prayers, my drug was working. I crawled out of my depression. But I still had a myriad of narcissistic issues I needed to work on, right? My lack of compassion, my self-centeredness, my selfishness, my rude and arrogance, just to name a few. How was Allah going to help me fix all of them? I had a big test to sit through. Da 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 da. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum. Hi guys, I'm Sri. I'm a narcissistic survivor. Join me as I take you through my life journey, how I overcame my narcissism with the help of Islam. Alhamdulillah, inshallah. So there I was, the dust was settling in after the big breakup. I was finally trying to enjoy some little peace in my life. And then suddenly I got a news. The granny that I grew up with, from little baby, she had to be rushed to the ER. She had a lung infection, pneumonia. My life at this point was super duper hyper hectic. I was alone and I was juggling between errands, work and hospital. I had no time to play. There was no like work, play, repeat. Even if any of my friends like asked me to hang out at that point, right? I was like, no. You come to hospital because I have no time at all. Like, at least, I could use the company and I'll be like multitasking, hanging out with you while taking care of Granny. It's a win-win, right? After a week, Granny's lungs seemed to be improving. Her pneumonia was clearing out, right? Alhamdulillah. But I could not send Granny back to Seremban to live on her own. She needed someone to be there 24/7 to take care of her. So the plan was for me to find a home, an apartment for both of us to live in, because at that time I was in KL, renting a room, not really conducive for me and a sick Granny to live in. So, with no place to send Granny to, I had to temporarily put Granny in a nursing home. Temporarily, at least, until I sort everything out and find a new home for us. Are we all set for our far-fetched fantasy expedition tomorrow? Good. 2 cups of mermaid stews? Check. 3 bags of unicorns horns? Check. 2 sacks of dragon scales? Check. But boss, how will we get there? Will we be magically teleported there or something? Don't be absurd with all this magical mumbo-jumbo. We'll be driving there, of course. Although I was alone, mashallah, during these difficult times, Allah sent me like a bunch of amazing friends. Alhamdulillah, all my friends came to the rescue. Like, each of them took up like voluntarily without me having to ask them a task each. One friend like asked me like, okay babe, which part of KL do you want to like stay in? I'll look for an apartment for you. I'm like, I don't know, maybe Aura Damansara. I've been there once to a friend's place and I totally loved it. And she said, okay babe, you don't have to worry about anything, I'm on it. And then she went on, coordinated everything. All I needed to do was just pay and move in. Then there was another friend who compiled a list of all the nursing homes in KL for me to just go and survey and decide for my own which one was the best. And then there was another friend who made sure the house was all cleaned up and all the Doa Selamat prayers before moving in was done. And the moving itself, mashallah. I remember I only had 2 weekends to get everything done. The Christmas weekend was a long 4-day weekend along with Vesak Day, and the following weekend, the New Year weekend, right? So I only had 4 days, guys, to pack everything from like a double-story house with gazillion things from my granny. And the following weekend, moved to the new house. So my friend came and helped, like, I put them into like a schedule. They each had a shift, like in the morning one friend would come, another in the afternoon another friend. So even during like moving day, mashallah, like all my friends came together and we split into 2 teams. I was in charge of sorting out of the moving out of the old apartment, and my friend and another team was in charge of moving into the new apartment. And mashallah, by the time I was sorted out with the old apartment and arrived at the new apartment, everything was sorted out. All the stuff and furnitures were already moved in. All I had to do when I reached, just sit on the sofa. I mean, there was sofa. I was still in a mess, but there was a sofa to sit on. Alhamdulillah. Ironically, if you guys caught all my previous episodes, you guys would know what kind of a monster I was. I was a narcissist, right? So I didn't have much friends. Like, go figure, who wants to be a friend with, a self-centered person? Just as I thought that I had sorted everything out, figured everything out, my foolproof plan was set up in perfect motion, and something happened. A bomb was dropped to send my perfect plan go spiraling. And here I am. What was that bomb? Well, stay tuned, guys, in my next episode as I share with you another bigger test for me to go through to fix all my issues. Meanwhile, juice apart, you guys. Subscribe to my channel and like this video if you guys resonate with my stories. Assalamualaikum. Till next time, inshallah. Peace out. No, dragon doesn't fly like that. Dragons running.